Hi everyone, it's Az here from HeelvsBabyface, King of Cringe, back with what I think is the penultimate shock horror episode of MILF Manor. And can I just say, this episode is a bath. In the bestest of ways, of course. So without further ado, oh gee, man. La Paz, Mexico. It might never ever recover. That's all I'm going to say. So they get a text. And Kelly's there with her little boy child. 20 years old. Who's trying to hook up with a 60-year-old. What could possibly go wrong? And the text says, you guys have got to text the name of the person that you're interested in. If you don't text, you're out of the manor. And if you do text the name of somebody and they don't text your name and you don't match, you're out of the manor. Oh my God. Bloodbath incoming. So they all now have to decide who they've been after and whether or not the person that they've been after is interested. And by interested, I mean, of course, dumping the Tinder sauce in the rear entrance of the donut store before 1 p.m. if you order before 8 p.m. the previous day with Amazon Prime. So let's move on, shall we? Let's see. These people are now... I said these people. Are now having a crisis of faith. You've got woman here whose name eludes me because my brain doesn't need to retain this information. I just need to do this and get out of Dodge. And she's like, I like Jose. Jose has always been my one and only from the start. Jose, he's been playing a very careful game. And then she gets a son to sit next to her as she reveals that I like Jose. I still want a Jose. Day one. Day one Jose. Rear entrance donut store. And that's the look of her son who's so proud of his mum. Woo-wee. Then So Young says, I like a Jose. I like a Jose. I had a connection with Jose. So young, so moist, so Jose. Oh boy, what could possibly go wrong? And Jose says, it's happening. My name Jose. I come a MILF Manor to make a love to a beautiful woman. However, I just find slappers here. But Jose, he okay with a slapper. Jose takes slapper. He treated nice. He treated well. But Jose, he meet many slapper. Jose, he know decide which slapper to slap. What is this? Oh my goodness me. Maybe, Jose, maybe, and correct me if I'm wrong, maybe the person you'll pick is the slapper that you took to another hotel and fucked in the rear entrance of the donut shop last night. Maybe it's that one, you know? Kelly, the 50-year-old dried up leather that you're interested in. Oi, boy, oi, boy. Howler, I don't think my Jose, I don't think that he should be with Kelly. Kelly, massive slag. And then Paola, she's got a crisis of her own because she went on a date with Jimmy. Jimmy, the emotionally damaged young man whose mum says kissing is repulsive. And so he didn't know what to do with his mouth, so he ended up sucking toes and sucking the acrylic off toes and having all kinds of weird fetishes because he just wanted, it wasn't allowed to, kissing was demonized. And she's like, I like Jimmy nice, but I also go on date with Ryan and Ryan nice, and I don't know which one to go for. And this is such an emotional moment. And I read the comments of, I never go into the comment section. Look, I'll just be real with you. I never go into the fucking comment section. But I do when it comes to cringe. I love going into the comment section when I'm doing a Batwoman video. I love to go into the comment section when I do a MILF Manor video because the comments just make me howl laughing. And I know that you guys and gals who are watching this think that MILF Manor is a joke, but this is a very emotional moment. This 48-year-old woman who's there with a 28-year-old son, she has to make an important decision about forming a relationship with somebody half her age that will eventually just crumble. And by eventually, I mean in a couple of months. All for the sake of sticking a mug on television and making a mockery of her whole life and family. And I think that is a beautiful thing. So when the people here start, yeah, I said the people. When the people here start tearing up because they have to make a decision about which person they want to make a delivery in the rear entrance of the donut store with their Tinder sauce special surprise, you better believe that's authentic. Okay? I don't like telling you off, but I feel it was necessary in this occurrence. So, Paola is stuck between Ryan 1.0 and Jimmy. Jose is like, I know all the ladies like Jose. I'm gonna be here at the manor, no problem. I'm a fucking your mom. Okay. Oh, jeez, man. Gabriel, who's 23 years old and acts like a 14-year-old. Yeah, he's got a connection with Stephanie, and it's real, and he's got no doubt whatsoever. So, here we go, folks. Here we go. The texts have been sent. The names have been sent. Who stays? Who goes? In MILF Manor? Well, let's find out. Let's find out, shall we? So, Gabriel and Stephanie, they text each other. Because Stephanie's playing the game. And she needed a nice little, for want of a better phrase, subservient person. Slave. To do her bidding so that she was always protected in the house. She tried to play other people, but Ryan, 1.0 Ryan, no, he went psychotic and started shouting at her for why she didn't want to go on a date with him. But don't worry, Paola. I'm sure your and Ryan 1.0 relationship will be absolutely fine. So they're very happy. And then comes the emotional moment. Jimmy and Ryan 1.0 are both brought out in front of Paula, and Paula is in tears. Tears trying to decide which one of these wonderful lads is gonna stay with her and which one of these wonderful, wonderful people are gonna go home. Jimmy went home because he had about as much of a connection with Paula as an unplugged socket. But that's not all, folks. No, no, no. We've just started with the culling. So everyone's hugging. Jimmy's going. There was no connection with Paula. Paula chose Ryan 1.0. Denise, a.k.a. Charlene, that's her real name, but she'll always be Denise to me. She'll always be Denise to us. Denise, she texts Ryan 2.0, who just entered the Manor. Now, if you didn't watch last week's episode, or even if you did, let me just recap your memory. She went on a date with Ryan 2.0. He was discussing various forms of cacti. He was trying to impart some intellectual knowledge, something maybe that they'll find a commonality when it comes to discussion, when it comes to bonding, when it comes to trying to get to know each other. Denise just wanted to fuck him hard. Because Denise is here on a mission. Her mission is to honor the memory of her dead daughter who died less than a year ago. So she brought her stripper son and herself to MILF Manor to get an extra special delivery in the rear entrance of the donut store before 1 p.m. the previous day, because she did order before 8 p.m. the previous night of Ryan 2.0's Tinder sauce. Ryan 2.0 in the date was slightly taken aback by her upfront and pushiness, and by slightly taken aback, I mean fucking petrified. So Denise, aka Charlene, that's her real name, texts Ryan 2.0. Ryan! He texts, no. So both Denise and Ryan, no match. They're both going. Oh my God! Bloodbath. Now, Charlene has a moment of self-reflection here, and she says, maybe I shouldn't have come across like a desperate cow. Maybe. But Denise, if there's one positive to come from your time at MILF Manor, it is that you have let the whole world know that you are the easiest fuck on planet Earth. Namaste. Right, let's move on. Oh, Nora. Because that's not where it ends. It don't end there. Oh, no, sir. Whammon, who's been in the house for 2 days, I don't know, who was in Nightmare on Elm Street 5, whose name I haven't a clue. She's out of there. She didn't connect with the person. We didn't even know who she put. I'm not even convinced she put anyone. I think she just came here to try and get an acting gig. Oy vey. What else have we got? Oh, yes. Jose, after So Young and Ryan 1.0's mum, Siobhan, maybe, and Kelly all chose him. Jose, he says, I take the woman who's ready at entrance of the donut store. I make a special tender sauce delivery just for the pretty lady. So, Jose is into leather. So they hug. Ryan 1.0's mum, she's out of there. So Young, she's out of there. Bloodbath. Oh, so yeah, Jimmy and his mum, who of course Jimmy confessed to getting pink eye from eating the stink eye, and his mum confessed to fucking his best mate. They're gonna go home now and totally have a normal relationship together. So, Billy fucking no mates. Billy didn't connect with anyone because, of course, he was with Kelly. But Kelly was just like, he ain't giving me a special delivery. Jose will. So Billy was out. Jose was in, literally, carnal tunnel. And that happened. So Billy went, and now he can go back to pursuing what he likes most in life, which I think is dudes. But let's just carry on. Let's just carry on with that one. Totally not convinced. There you go. Look at that. Bye. Bye, everyone. Bye. One last word from Denise. She sadly couldn't honor the memory of her fallen daughter by getting Tinder Sauce put up a carnal. Right, okay, let's move on. Let's move on. So, the remaining people, they're now seeing if something can develop between them. I think this is a given. Of course it will. What could possibly go wrong with a 20-year-old boy who doesn't even know life, dating a 60-year-old woman who could be his grandma? What could possibly go wrong? I know he said he's open to new things, but dude, she's been open all the fucking hours. She's like a 7-Eleven mate. With her never mind. Let's move on. Jose must have had his rear entrance of his donut store by Kelly. That's all I'm saying. Because he's just like, I'm all in. Chips are all in. And he's Kelly. She beautiful woman. You know, Jose says she beautiful woman. She beautiful. She's smart. She suck a golf ball up a 12-foot house pipe. Yeah. That's kind of, I think, where Jose's mind is. Right, this is 100% the thumbnail for today's video, so let's just print screen on that one. Perfect. That sums up me watching MILF Manor. Does what happened at the villa stay at the villa? Pause. So you can actually... We can actually see how the crew send the text messages and what prompts they give to the people that they send them to make it sound as if it's, oh my God. Something not today. Pause. Couples, it's time to take your connection into the real world. Pause. Let's see what your friends or family have to say about your new relationships. Grab your partner and head out for a lunch date. A close friend or family member will meet you there. Good luck. Fade out. If Kathleen Kennedy was doing this. So Ryan is just like, I'm only a psycho when people say no to me, okay? When they say yes, I'm happy. I smile. Got a pineapple on his... Jesus. What? That's a straight man in 2023, allegedly. He snogged his best mate, who's a dude. This guy thinks he's actually going to have a meaningful relationship with Stephanie. And Stephanie's giving lip service, and she's just like, oh, yeah, I mean, Gabriel and I, totes going to see where it goes. Do you know where it's going to go, Stephanie? As soon as those cameras get turned off, you're going to be like, see ya. Can I hire an agent, please? Agent, start making some calls. Jose's like, now that all the other beautiful ladies in the villa, they go, Jose only have eyes for you. And your plastic titty bags. So he's so happy. And then... Sorry. My therapist said if I don't let it out, it's just going to end in murder. Anyway, don't need to know that. This is Kelly's daughter and Joey's sister called McKenna, a.k.a. Disco Bunny, because she just loves to go partying with her mum, who's also her best mate. I watched a fucking Harry Enfield sketch about this 20 years ago. People think we're sisters. They don't. They just want to finger bang your daughter. And you're the gatekeeper, Kelly. You're the gatekeeper. Oh, my Lord. So Disco Bunny arrives and, well, holy shit. She sits down and she's like, I'm Kelly's daughter, innit? Like... This is the face of a 20-year-old boy who hasn't got a fucking clue what he's doing. We'll have more about Joey later. Joey, because he should be in a kangaroo's sack. Pouch. Stephanie's best friend comes. Not like that. Paola's daughter comes. We're going to have some fun with her later. And April's ex-husband arrives. Here's April, by the way. She's smoking back then. Smoking hot. Now, this is her ex-husband, who she was with for 17 years and married for 9 of them. And they divorced in 2003. So they divorced 20 years ago. He's still in her life because they have 3 kids together. And he arrives and he just picks her up and walks away with her and leaves the 20-year-old boy at the table, flicking his bean, not knowing what to do. So he says, how are you? You know, he's just like, come away with it. Just come away with me now. Come away with me. By the way, these are all traps that they've set for the people involved, the contestants involved. The trap here was, would the ex-wife run away with him again? And she's like, no, I'm happy here. I'm happy here. And he gropes her ass a couple of times. And then he sits down and he just talks to April. He barely acknowledges Joey. Some people in the show say that's rude. Jose says it's rude. We'll hear what Jose has to say about it later. Joey thinks it's rude. But Joey, you're a boy. You're not even a man. You're a boy. This guy has had 3 kids with her. He's been with her for 17 years in a relationship capacity. And 20 years after the divorce, making it a grand total of 37 years, they are clearly massive parts of each other's lives. You barely had a fucking wank in a sock. Okay? Your wank socks are all in the kitchen, on the floor, by the washing machine, waiting for your mum to do your laundry because you don't know how to work the goddamn thing. And you think you're going to have a relationship with a 60-year-old woman? You can't even have a relationship with a washing machine. Anyway. Kelly's sister, yeah, she wishes. Kelly's daughter tries to grill Jose. Jose's just like, Jose, here, respect your mom. And she says, let me just ask a question. How far has the intimacy got? Now, Jose doesn't actually answer this question honestly. He says, we're taking things slow. By slow, of course, he means a delivery in the rear entrance of the donut store before 1 p.m. the next day because he ordered before 8 p.m. the previous day with Amazon Prime of his Spanish Tinder sauce. He's dumped a load inside your mum already. Your mum est easy, as the French would say. That's how the intimacy's going. April's ex is looking at Joey like he's a child because he is. And April is, no, everything's fine. Paola's daughter starts to grill Ryan 1.0 about whether or not he wants kids or not. And he's just like, maybe. It's not a deal breaker if she doesn't want them. Kids! They've known each other a week. Kid! Anyway. Let's move on. Gabriel, who went hook, line, and sinker for Stephanie on day one, is trying to convince Stephanie's friend, oh no, we're just taking it slow. We're not trying to burn out. Yeah, the reason why Stephanie hasn't let me into her knickers is we're taking it slow. I mean, if she said, yeah, you can give me a 5-finger delivery by the Royal Mail, then he would be there in a heartbeat. But the point is, Stephanie, no, she knows she's playing a game. She doesn't want this. She doesn't want this at all. She just wants as much exposure on the TV as possible. And he's there, and he's deluding himself, and it's hilarious, and he's a kid. And he's talking about, I don't like the fact that 20-year-old Joey is with my 60-year-old mum. He's just a boy. You're 23. He's 3 years younger than you. You're the same, apart from you're a deluded prick with fucking finger polish, stupid rings, and you're gay. So what are you doing with a woman? I don't know. Move on. Stephanie gives lip service to the camera. Yeah, Gabriel and I are just gonna see where it goes, I guess. You know, maybe, kind of. So, Jose, the next day, or maybe later, who cares, speaks to Joey. He's just like, Jose say, what that man he do to your beautiful lady? That not good. That no respect. You have no respect for the lady, Jose. He has much respect for lady. He tell every lady he go on date on the same thing. The same thing. So they all love Jose, and Jose make sure that they love him. Joey's just like, Dude, what the fuck are you going on about, mate?
You know, you should not let the man take your woman away from you. Jose, he be like matador. That man be like bull. He make the man charge at my red cape, and I stick the spire. I stick the spire into the man, and then I defeat the beast, and then I take away the woman. Joy, Jose might take away your woman. Jose take all the women.
And Joey's just still like... Anyway, Kelly, Disco Bunny says, Jose, can we go like for a walk on the beach? And she sets the most obvious trap. She says, what if I were to ask you out on a date right now? What would you say?
Beautiful lady. Jose, he has brain cell. Jose no fall for petty stupid trick from blonde wench.
Jose said, no! I respect your woman who make you come down birthing canal.
Too much to date you. But I'll give you my number just in case.
She's like, oh, he didn't fall for the trick. Oh. And then poor Joey. Poor little Joey. What they do is they get Paola's daughter to go up to Joey, distraught, upset Joey that his 60-year-old girlfriend was taken away by her ex-husband, and she came back. And he didn't know what to do or say because he's 20 years old. And Paola's daughter says, hey, you want to come down on the beach with me? So she says, I think you're very handsome, very cute, Joey. And Joey goes, oh my God, I love compliments. Oh my God. And then Joey tells the crew, he's just like, maybe I'm not ready for a relationship with a woman who could be my fucking grandma. And then she said, hey, if I wanted to get to know you, would you like to get to know me? And he's like, yes, I would. Now, of course, this is going to come back to bite him in the ass in the next episode, because this is what we call a honey trap, dude. And you're 20 years old with no life experience, and you just fell into it hook, line, and sinker. But that is for the final episode, I think, of MILF Manor next week. So until then, take care. Bye for now.